Timer 5 minutes. Lo-fi. Two minutes actually. No, 1 minute. Alright. Here we go. Okay, man. Alright, here we go. A thread on how Hu Tao changed my life. Okay. I guess we're doing this. I guess we are actually going to do this. Turning down the lo-fi. We're not having lo-fi. No, we're actually gonna put on Genshin Impact OST. Okay. A thread on how Hu Tao changed my life. A rewrite. You were going to break 200 viewers. I'm not. Hu Tao deactivated my previous Hu Tao devotee account after she caught me retweeting lewd art and thirsting over other characters. Hu Tao, if you're reading this, I sincerely apologize. This is dedicated to you. Our memento. 1 out of 300. Please set the topic to Osu. Fine. It's an Osu now. Hu Tao, through thick and thin, you were always there for me. Thank you. You've shone a bright light on my dark, dull world. You taught me to love again. To be loved. You showed me love. This thread is dedicated for you. 2 out of 300. There's not a third thread. If there was a third thread, I would kill myself and then come back to life to kill myself again. Though words alone may not be enough to express the amount of love I harbor towards you, Hu Tao, I'll try my best to convey it through this thread. I previously made a 100... Just kidding! I'm not killing myself. No, just a joke. I previously made a 100 tweet thread about us, but I felt like that not much effort was placed into it. 3 of 300, and the amount of errors throughout were not worthy enough for you. You deserve something better written. Something that would engrave myself into you, and you into me. Hu Tao, this is our memento. 4 out of 300. Even if we pass on, this memento would serve its purpose of representing our love we have for another for generations to come. As I write this thread, immense tears of pleasure begins to flow from my eyes as I think of you, of us, of our future together. 5 out of 300. Last year, my life took a turn for the better. I met someone whom I fell in love with immediately, someone that would eventually change my life for the better. And that someone was you, Hu Tao. I remember those moments vividly. Please stop reading. I'm trying. I'm not trying. I lost the bet. 6 out of 300. It was on the 22nd of February 2021 when I first set my eyes upon a precious treasure, a treasure more valuable than the Holy Grail itself. Something awoken in me that day, a sensation that was entirely new to me. It was ecstatic. I felt ecstatic. Just delete the message. True. 7 of 300. A buzzing sensation flowed through my entire body. At that moment, I knew we were destined by fate to be together. It was love at first sight. I stared hours upon hours at the first gameplay footage that was released of Hu Tao. 8 of 300. Her fluid movements, her beautiful charged attacks followed by butterfly effects as she sprinted was mesmerizing. Drool began to drip from my mouth as I continued staring at the gameplay footage of Hu Tao. Then she turned around. Hu Tao's locked eyes with me. 9 of 300. I froze. The way she stared at me. It starred at me. Dude, this guy still hasn't fixed the grammar issues. The way she stared at me with her glazing, energetic red eyes as she twirled her staff of Homa between her fingers. Her soft fingertips with black painted nails, those fingers. What happens if I gifted 10 subs, right? I would. I mean, yeah, I would have to go back 10 tweets. Technically 100, but I mean, would you really do that? Playing Osu. Hey Hacks, wait, I subbed. But you subbed earlier. No. Subbed for 5 months. There is no shot you have subbed for 5 months. What? Okay. I froze. The way she stared at me. Okay. Her soft fingertips with black painted nails, those fingers. From this point, a goal sprouted in my head. 10 of 300. Obtain Hu Tao at any cost. Max her out, her talents, her weapon refinements, including constellations. A goal I would eventually fulfill. The lengths in which I'd take for Hu Tao shouldn't be underestimated. 11 of 300. Some might wonder, what's so special about my wife Hu Tao? What makes her the best waifu? Sit back, grab your drinks and popcorn as I enlighten you as to how Hu Tao is the best thing to ever be created since the creations of the havens and the earth. 12 of 300. Though Hu Tao may be lacking in the... I read this earlier. I can do it again. Though Hu Tao may be lacking in the boob department, she makes up for what she doesn't have in boob size with her succulent thighs and beauty. Regardless the size of her boobs, Hu Tao has really soft, firm ass, though that's actually bigger than you would imagine until you see her completely naked. 13 of 300. Hu Tao has all the qualities of an SSS plus waifu. She's so precious. Her smile, unique red eyes, the shape of her peach blossom flowers, lush silk, smooth brown hair, and her amazing enthusiastic voice. There's no a day that passes without me listening to all 14 out of 300 of Hu Tao's voice lines, including climbing sounds for hours upon hours while cuddling with my Hu Tao body pillow. Hu Tao has the... I'm realizing that the event list is scuffed as all hell. Hold on. Stream. Hu Tao has the best... Hu Tao has the best moans in Genshin Impact out of all the female and male characters. Hu Tao's moans are angelic. Moans that would fill your body with pleasure. 15 of 300. While making... While making... I read it earlier. Why is it so hard? TOS! 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 Like you've never before. That when your wood is completely drained and devoid of energy after being drained by Hu Tao herself, would erect once more, harder than layers of vibranium. 16 of 300. Hu Tao is one of the most well-formed developed characters to be created in any form of medium on Earth. Hu Tao is the embodiment of perfection, cuteness, beauty, and pure cocaine to my blood. One aspect of Hu Tao I admire is her personality. 17 out of 300. On the surface, Hu Tao is a prankster. She's portrayed to be a free-spirited and upbeat person. On the flip side, when it comes to her funeral business, rituals, and ceremonies, she takes them really seriously, following her very own principle: live in life, die in death. Hold on, give me a second. I'm going to very quickly fix the widgets because I'm realizing that they're also broken. Widgets. Where's the event list? Thank you. Okay. Hacks, if you can run ads now, you better not run a single fucking ad when there's a tweet you don't want to read. No, I'm just... Thank you for the follow, Obsidian. Where are the... ad... browser... stream notifs? There we go. Let me test the stream notif. Alert box. Just a quick test. Nope, that definitely didn't work. Kerm pinged everyone, so I thought I should say hi. Kerm pinged again? Why? Why would he do that? There we go. Okay, it's fixed now. 18 of 300. She can be seen in Layu promoting her funeral business to the local people, whether that be on bullet boards or in person, which the people of Layu often find annoying and distasteful. Sigh, they just don't understand my wife. People die, everyone would eventually pass. 19 of 300 away at some point in their lives, so why don't they just accept Hu Tao's 2-for-1 funeral parlor coupon? Can 2 people sub just for fun? I would... No, don't. Just... Please, please, please. Having to prepare dead people for burials while performing a magnitude of rituals can be a very task. I imagine it's tiresome task for Hu Tao, but she never shows any degree, 20 out of 300, of tiredness. When times get tough, I usually try my best to comfort Hu Tao, reducing her daily stress. Hu Tao, I'm here for you. I'm all yours. During Hu Tao's story reveals an event that affected her a lot. Her grandfather's passing, the 75th head of the Wingshen funeral, 21,300 parlor. A grand funeral was held for Hu Tao's granddad, which was conducted by Hu Tao, according to her his last wishes, which must have been a really difficult moment for Hu Tao. A loved one, a relative she was really close with, passed away. Hu Tao bawled her eyes out that day. This is relatively normal. I'm happy for now. 22 of 300. After her granddad's passing, with Hu Tao being only 13 at the time, Hu Tao would take on the role to become the director of the funeral parlor. She made arrangements herself to the highest standard, greatly impressing the undertakers. 23 of 300. After the funeral, Hu Tao would then go on a 2-day journey towards the border that separated life from death in an attempt to try and locate the spirit of her grandfather, and which was deemed unsuccessful. In desperation, Hu Tao continued her search. Thank you for the follow, the 49 lol. 24 out of 300. Throughout the day and night, in her hopes of seeing him one last time, even when her food rations began to diminish, including her supply of water. She still continued the search before falling asleep to exhaustion. Man, okay, I really hope the next 100 tweets are just fodder. Cause that just be yeah. Why is this just Genshin Impact? Why is this Genshin lore now? I'm happy that it's Genshin lore. It's boring, but I'm not suffering yet. 25 to 300. She'd eventually come to the conclusion the reason her grandfather wasn't there was that he passed over the border as soon as he arrived, leaving no regrets behind. Upon this realization, an exhausted Hu Tao set forth on her journey back home, a smile on her face, with the 26 out of 300, with the lingering thoughts of one of her, we're back to normal, of her grandfather saying, live in life, die in death, follow your heart, do what you can. This story almost made me cry my heart out. Cry out my heart. I felt like giving Hu Tao had... Alright, we're back. We're back. We're back. I felt like giving Hu Tao head pats and hugs, but in the end, we settled for emotional sex. 27 at 300. It made Hu Tao feel like my soulmate. I was able to relate to Hu Tao due to my grandma passing, and Hu Tao was able to relate to me. She was 85 on the day of her passing and was a really strong woman. I loved her to bits. I remember speaking to my grandma as she laid on the 20 out of 300 hospital bed. I was holding back tears, fighting to stop my voice from cracking. Thoughts were rushing through my head. Was she going to pull through? What was the reason for her hospitalization? She was completely fine the day prior, and now 29 of 300. A few. Thank you, Mecca, for the sub. Thank you, Mecca, for the sub. So why don't they just accept the Hu Tao's 21 for 1 funeral parlor coupon? Hi, Cytosine. Having to prepare dead people for burials while performing a magnitude of... a thread on how Hu Tao changed my life. A rewrite. Hu Tao deactivated my previous Hu Tao devotee account after she caught me retweeting lewd art and thirsting over other characters. Hu Tao. If you're reading this, I sincerely apologize. This is dedicated to you. Our memento. 1 out of 300. Hu Tao, through thick and thin, you are always there for me. Thank you. You've shone a light on my dark, dull world. You've taught me to love again, to be loved. You showed me love. This thread is dedicated for you. Why are you guys actually timing this? Okay. 2 out of 300. Though words alone may not be enough to express the amount of love I harbor towards you, Hu Tao, I'll try my best to make it through this thread. I previously made a 103 tweet thread about us, but I felt like not much effort was placed into it. My brain is frying. And the amount of errors were not worthy enough for you. You deserve something better written, something that would engrave myself into you and you into me. Hu Tao, this is our memento. I'm not reading the amount of tweets anymore because I'm not timestamping this. Even if we pass on, this memento would serve its purpose of representing our love we have for another for generations to come. As I write this thread, immense tears of pleasure begin to flow from my eyes as I think of you, of us, our future together. Yes, last year my life took a turn for the better. I met someone who I fell in love with immediately, someone that would eventually change my life for the better, and that someone was you, Hu Tao. I remember those moments vividly. It was the 22nd of February when I first set my eyes upon a precious treasure, a treasure more valuable than the Holy Grail itself. Something awoken in me that day, a sensation that was entirely new to me. It was ecstatic. I felt ecstatic. A buzzing sensation flowed through my entire body. At that moment, I knew we were destined to be, by fate, to be together. You can notice that I'm trying to go through this as fast as possible. I am not going back. It was love at first sight. I stared hours upon hours at the first leaked gameplay footage that was released of Hu Tao. Nope, Diamond, nope. Her fluid movements, her beautiful charge attacks, followed by butterfly effects as she sprinted, was mesmerizing. Drool began to drip from my mouth as I continued staring at the gameplay footage of Hu Tao. Then she turned on. She turned around. Hu Tao locked eyes with me. 9 out of 300. I froze. The way she stared at me. Can you go back to the first thread reading? I missed the stream. Dang. Yeah. Hold on. I'll go back to the first thread, guys. The way she stared at me with her glazing, energetic red eyes as she twirled her staff of Homa between her fingers. Her soft fingertips with black painted nails. Those fingers. From this point, a goal sprouted in my head. Obtain Hu Tao at any cost, max her out, her talents, her weapon refinements, including constellations. A goal I would eventually fulfill. The lengths in which I take for Hu Tao shouldn't be underestimated. Some might wonder, what's so special about Hu Tao? What makes her the best waifu? Well, sit back, grab your drinks and popcorn as I enlighten you as to Hu Tao is the best thing to ever be created since the creations of the havens and the earth. Thank you for the follow, Discord. Someone should write a Nico appreciation post, but without the weird shit. But just make it so incredibly long that it's painful to read. True. 12 out of 300. The Hu Tao may be lacking in the boob department. She makes up for what she doesn't have in boob size with her succulent thighs and beauty. Regardless the size of her boobs, Hu Tao has really soft, firm ass, though that's actually bigger than you'd imagine till you see her completely naked. Hu Tao has all the qualities of an SSS plus waifu. She's so precious. Her smile, unique red eyes, the shape of her peach blossom flowers, lush, silk, smooth brown hair, and her amazing, enthusiastic voice. There's no a day that passes without me listening to all of Hu Tao's voice lines, including climbing sounds, for hours upon hours while cuddling with my Hu Tao body pillow. Hu Tao has the best moans and Genshin impact out of all the female and male characters. Hu Tao's moans are angelic, moans that would fill your body with pleasure while making you you've never before that when your wood is completely drained and devoid of energy after being drained by Hu Tao herself, would erect once more harder than layers of vibranium. Hu Tao is one of the most well-developed characters to be created in any form of medium on Earth. Hu Tao is the embodiment of perfection, cuteness, beauty, and pure cocaine to my blood. One aspect Hu Tao. I really just read Hexagon as Hu Tao. Hexagon, you sound like all of my classmates in middle school when we had to read English books popcorn style. Yes. One aspect of Hu Tao I really admire is her personality. On the surface, Hu Tao is a prankster. She's portrayed to be a free-spirited and upbeat person. On the flip side, when it comes to her funeral business, rituals, and ceremonies, she takes them really seriously, following her very own principle. Live in life, die and die. Okay, I'm gonna skip. Can we all agree to skip the lore? Because the lore is boring. Can we just all agree to skip the lore? Like, I know that I'm here to suffer, but I'd like, to suffer, but not through the boring stuff. No? Wait, I haven't unlocked Hu Tao. I don't know the... Alright, we're going through the lore. She can be seen in Layu promoting her funeral business to the local people, whether that be on bulletin Bullet boards are in person, which the people of Layu often find annoying and distasteful. Sigh, they just don't understand my wife. People die, everyone eventually pass away at some point in their life, so why don't they accept the Hu Tao's 2-for-1 funeral parlor coupon? Having to prepare dead people for burials while performing a magnitude of rituals can be a very task. I imagine it's tiresome task for Hu Tao, but she never shows any degree of tiredness. When times get tough, I usually try my best to comfort Hu Tao, reducing her daily stress. Hu Tao, I'm here for you. I'm all yours. During Hu Tao's story reveals an event that affected her a lot. Her grandfather's passing, the 75th head of the Wengshen funeral parlor. A grand funeral was held for Hu Tao's granddad, which was conducted by Hu Tao according to his last wishes, which must have been a really difficult moment for Hu Tao, a loved one, a relative she was really close with passed away. Hu Tao bawled her eyes out that day. After her granddad's passing, with Hu Tao being only 13 at the time, Hu Tao would take on the role to become the director of the funeral parlor. She made arrangements to herself to the highest standard. Okay, we're speedrunning this, guys. Greatly impressing the undertakers. After the funeral, Hu Tao would then go on a 2-day journey towards the border that separated life from death in an attempt to try and locate the spirit of her grandfather, in which was deemed unsuccessful. In desperation, Hu Tao continued her search throughout the day and night in hopes of seeing him one last time. Even when her food rations began to diminish, including her supply of water, she continued the search before falling asleep due to exhaustion. She'd eventually come to the conclusion the reason her grandfather wasn't there was that he passed over the border as soon as he arrived, leaving no regrets behind. Thank you, Jelenko, for the follow. Welcome to my suffering. Upon this realization, an exhausted Hu Tao set forth on her journey back home, a smile on her face, with the lingering thoughts over one of her grandfathers saying, "Live in life, die in death, follow your heart, do what you can." This story almost made me cry my heart out. I felt like giving Hu Tao head pats and hugs, but in the end, we settled for emotional sex. It made me feel... Welcome to the stream, Ajmoska. I'm not pronouncing that correctly. I'm so sorry. Welcome to my suffering. Thank you for the follow, Judge Pro. Talbroski, hello, welcome. It made me feel like Hu Tao, it made Hu Tao feel like my soulmate. I was able to relate to Hu Tao due to my grandma passing, and Hu Tao able to relate to me. She was 85 on the way. Why are the USC NorCal people here? I'm gonna lose it. She was 85 on the day of her passing and was a really strong woman. I loved her to bits. I remember speaking to my grandma as she lay on the hospital bed. I was holding tears back, fighting to stop my voice from crackling. Thoughts were rushing through my head. Was she going to pull through? What was the reason for her hospitalization? She was completely fine the day prior, and now this. Those 31 match cost points really could have made a difference. Yeah, I know, man. Yeah, I know. A few hours after the video call I had as she laid on the hospital, news of her passing were relayed through my mom. I lay on Hu Tao's laps while telling her my recollection of my grandma's passing as Hu Tao gently moved her hands through my hair, which was very comforting. And damn, Hu Tao. And damn, Hu Tao's lips are so soft. Hi, Tony. Welcome. How's your day? As expected of MiHoYo to hire the best of the best to voice my queen, I generally prefer Hu Tao's Japanese dub. It's a magnificent work of art. Thank you, Ri Takahashi, for the amazing work you've done for Hu Tao. You've really put the life into Hu Tao's voiceovers. Hu Tao's Japanese voiceover really brings out and solidifies Hu Tao's personality. Not lips. Laps? Is it laps? Oh, laps. Thank you. Hu Tao's voiceover really brings out and solidifies Hu Tao's personality. Her croak singing when she sings the Hilly Churl song is just so cute. It shines a light down on the free-spirited aspect of her personality, even though I'm losing my mind. Even though her singing voice may not sound the best, it makes Hu Tao sound much more attractive and unique. Every misread, I have to reread the no. Hu Tao, you really need to work on your singing techniques. I'm joking. Either way, I still love you though. Hehe. Heart emoji. 34. I think every time he gets to 299, someone has to give 30 subs. Hacks play Genshin after this. That's the plan. That is if I finish this thread. My favorite Hu Tao is her low HP line. When Hu Tao's on my team, her HP is always in the low portion of the HP bar, the red portion. This is a line I constantly hear when Hu Tao activates her E skill on low HP. She lets out a sharp E sound. I don't... What is this referring to? I don't know. I didn't do my research. Why is that the plan? Because, I don't know. It's Roblox Dungeon Quest. The sound she makes during that period breathes life into me, energizing my entire being after long hours of playing Genshin Impact. Some people would be wondering, how am I able to squeezing long hours of Genshin Impact into my gaming sessions? It's simple. I spend 5 hours on daily commission, 5 minutes, not hours, on daily commissions, 10 minutes on artifact domains, and finally I spend the remaining 3 hours talking to Hu Tao. Thank you, Mina. Thank you, Jaden, for the follow. Telling her about my day, listening to how her own day went, listening to her voice lines. Nah, bro, what are you doing? I'm dying. I'm dying. Hu Tao never fails to bring a smile to my face. Will you take a break for 5 USC showcase? No. This is more important. Hu Tao never fails to bring a smile to my face. Hu Tao's hands, her soft, delicate, warm extremities that when I grasp, they make me feel so handsome, so desired, so safe that they are perfect. Hu Tao's palms extends till it meets her delicate fingertips, her black painted nails signifying authority and assertiveness. Though Hu Tao wouldn't like me telling people this, every time she's done eating, before she washes her hands, Hu Tao allows me to suck on her fingertips till I'm satisfied. Oh Lord, the fingertips. I'll be right back. Alright. You are not allowed to leave. Dang it. Dang it. Alright. No, I'm not reset. I'm not. The feel of Hu Tao's delicate fingers inside my mouth as I gently move my tongue in circular directions, spreading my saliva over every single crevices that lay on her finger. The taste of her black nail polish as my teeth accidentally scrape bits of her fingernails. Holy shit, this is awesome. I know, right, man? I know. Oh my god. Oh my god. Sorry. When I look up at Hu Tao during her fingertip sucking session, she always seemed to be in a trance. Her face would be flush red while she stared at me, drawing heavy breaths, releasing sharp moans. When she wears a skirt during these sessions, I can clearly see how turned on Hu Tao gets. Fluids start soaking her pink panties, sliding down on the sides of her thighs as I aggressively increase the suction on her fingertips till she... The face she makes when she... I know I just left, but I really want to scream. You know what? Yeah, okay. I'm going to warm up food for myself. I am warming up canes. the chicken. I'm gonna throw it in the toaster, and then I'm back. Alright? Alright. It's in the toaster now. I'm setting the timer for 5 minutes. I'm reading the rest of this thread. Hexagon, think of it as the words have no meaning. So true. The face she makes when she orgasms gives me a feeling of achievement. Making Hutao orgasm just by sucking on her fingertips makes me feel really proud. Even though Hutao may not be the thickest of all wives when it comes to chest size specifically, her soft, plump, succulent thighs brings out the seductive aspect of her. Little do you know that the chicken plan is just Hexagon's ploy to burn his house down. True. Really true. Hutao's boobs are petite, bouncy to the touch, and really firm, the type to fit in your hand without leaving any spillage. When Hutao gets aroused, her... They have no meaning. 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 Ah! Okay. When Hutao gets aroused, her nipples get really hard. Like, I mean hard. I love sucking on them. I can't wait till Hutao starts lactating. I'd be able to ditch store-bought milk and get my milk, daily calcium intake, and nutritious from Hutao's nipples instead. Hutao also gives me the most perfect boob jobs. From what I've experienced throughout my life, there's not a single lady on this planet that can give a better boob job. Give me Electrocut herself, right in Shogun. Boob job fails in comparison to Hutao's. Max, I did it. Your Hutao stream made the diff. Oh, wait, you have seen Zene? Let's go. Okay. Hutao milk, score. Let's go, guys. Hutao milk. Oh my god. Hutao's boob job perfectiveness stems from her unique top-tier boob rubbing techniques and the firmness of her petite boobs. As it sandwiches my hardened... giving it no room to breathe as my... Okay, I feel like this one's actually TOS. This was... Guys, this one... Like, I'm gone. I'm actually gone after this one. Painting Hutao's face in a beautiful white color as it drips onto her chest. Hutao doesn't let it go to waste. If it drips on the floor, Hutao uses her tongue to lick it up. Becca, it's 8. It's 8. Oh wait, no, it's 18. It's 18. Oh wait, it's not 18, it's 28. Okay, it's 20, it's 18. It's 18, guys. It's 18. It's 18. Guys, new summon thought just dropped. Okay. She can be seen in Liu promoting her funeral business to the local people, whether that be on bullet boards or in person. which the people of Layu often find annoying and distasteful. They just don't understand my wife. People die. Everyone would eventually pass away at some point of their lives. So why don't they accept Hu Tao's 2-for-1 funeral parlor coupon? Having to prepare dead people can be. Hold on, my food's ready. Oh, thank God! I get to take a break. I not from reading the thread. I'll read the thread and then I'll eat chicken whenever I'm like losing it. But at least I can stand up, take a break, get the chicken out the toaster. Do I want to eat this with rice? No, I'm just, yeah, okay, yeah. Cane sauce? Yeah, where's the cane sauce? Okay. I'm fine, guys. I swear, I'm fine. It's all fine. Alright. How much do I have to donate for you to not get food? No, I'm done. This is all I'm eating today. Not today, but yeah, an air fryer cytosine. Alright. Having to prepare dead people for burials while performing a magnitude of rituals can be a very task. I agree it's tiresome task for Hu Tao, but she never shows any degree of tiredness. When times get tough, I usually try my best to comfort Hu Tao, reducing her daily stress. Hu Tao, I'm here for you. I'm all yours. During Hu Tao's story reveals an event that affected her a lot. Her grandfather's passing, the 75th head of the Wangshan funeral parlor. A grand funeral was held for Hu Tao's granddad, which was conducted by Hu Tao according to his last wishes, which must have been a really difficult moment for Hu Tao. A loved one, a relative she was really close with, passed away. Hu Tao bawled her eyes out that day. Okay, hold on. After her granddad passing, with Hu Tao being only 13 at the time, Hu Tao would take on the role to become the director of the funeral parlor. She made arrangements herself to the highest standard, greatly impressing the undertakers. Hacks with the stream profits, you should buy Faz, 846. Okay, good luck, Hexagon. I will see you later. Thank you, Cytosine. And I might buy Faz. Maxi. Oh. Okay. After the funeral, Hu Tao would then go on a 2-day journey towards the border that separated life from death in an attempt to try and locate the spirit of her grandfather, in which was deemed unsuccessful. In desperation, Hu Tao continued her search throughout the day and night in hopes of seeing him one last time, even when her food rations began to diminish, including her supply of water. She still continued the search before falling asleep due to exhaustion. She'd eventually come to the conclusion the reason her grandfather wasn't there was... Faz? You guys want to play Faz? Faz? Any Fazers? Phasmophobia! I am eating to cope. I am cope eating. I am... You're gonna be put off of your food once you get to the nasty bits. Nope. My stomach, I have a strong stomach. It's fine. I don't throw up. Why is this? I forgot. This is the 15th tweet. While making you come like you've never before, that when your wood is completely drained and devoid of energy after being drained by Hu Tao herself, would erect once more, harder than layers of vibranium. Hu Tao is one of the most well-developed characters to be created in any form of medium on Earth. Hu Tao is the embodiment of perfection, cuteness, beauty, and pure cocaine to my blood. One aspect of Hu Tao I really admire is her personality. On the surface, Hu Tao is a prankster. She's portrayed to be a free, spirited, and upbeat person. On the flip side, when it comes to her funeral business, rituals, and ceremonies, she takes them really seriously, following her very own principle: live in life, die in death. She can be seen in Layu promoting her funeral business to the local people, whether that be on bulletin boards or in person, which the people on Layu often find annoying and distasteful. Sigh. They just don't understand my wife. People die, everyone would eventually pass away at some point in their lives, so why don't they accept Hu Tao's 2-for-1 funeral parlor coupon? Having to prepare dead people for burials while performing a magnitude of rituals can be a very task. I imagine it's tiresome, a task for Hu Tao. Okay, I only have 30 gigabytes left. I think you just stop recording, and I'll just send you the VOD. Okay. Having to prepare... Okay, guys, we're speedrunning this. Like, no tone of voice, we're just going. And then once we get back to where I was, I'll go back to whatever. Having to prepare dead people for burials while performing a magnitude of rituals can be a very task. I imagine it's tiresome task for Hu Tao, but she never shows any degree of tiredness. When times get tough, I usually try my best to comfort Hu Tao, reducing her daily stress. Hu Tao, I'm here for you. I'm all yours. During Hu Tao's story reveals an event that affected her a lot. Her grandfather's passing, the 75th head of the Wang Shen funeral parlor. A grand funeral was held for Hu Tao's grandchild, which was conducted by Hu Tao according to his last wishes, which must have been a really difficult time for Hu Tao. A loved one, a relative she was really close with, passed away. Hu Tao bawled her eyes out that day. After her grandfather's passing, with Hu Tao being only 13 at the time, Hu Tao would take on the role to become the director of the funeral parlor. She made arrangements herself to the highest standard, grandly impressing the undertakers. After the funeral, Hu Tao would then go on a 2-day journey towards the border that separated life from death in an attempt to try and locate the spirit of her grandfather, in which it was deemed unsuccessful. In desperation, Hu Tao continued her search, scratch, search throughout the day and night in hopes of seeing him one last time. Even when her food rations began to diminish, including her supply of water, she still continued the search before falling asleep due to exhaustion. She eventually come to the conclusion the reason her grandfather wasn't there was that he passed over the border as soon as he arrived, leaving no regrets behind. Upon this realization, exhausted Hu Tao set forth on her journey back home, a smile on her face, with the lingering thoughts of one of her grandfathers saying, "Live in life, die in death. Follow your heart, do what you can." This story almost made me cry my heart out. I felt like giving Hu Tao head pats and head pats and hugs, but in the end, we settled for emotional sex. It made Hu Tao feel like my soulmate. I was able to relate to Hu Tao due to my grandma passing, and Hu Tao was able to relate to me. She was 85 on the day of her passing. It was a really strong moment. I loved her to bits. I remember speaking to my grandma as she lay in the hospital bed. I was holding tears back, fighting to stop my voice from cracking. Thoughts were rushing through my head. Also, yeah, mutual me, Diamond. Hype train done. What was the reason for her hospitalization? She was completely fine the day prior. Now this, a few hours after the video call I had with my grandma as she laid on the hospital bed, news of her passing was relayed through my mom. Dude, I'm not running the ads! That's not me! True. I lay on Hu Tao's laps while telling my recollection of my grandma's passing as Hu Tao gently moved her hands through my hair, which were very comforting. And damn, Hu Tao's laps are so soft. Another aspect of Hu Tao that puts together her character representation is Genshin Impact is her voice. Her character Japanese voice, that is. While the Chinese, Korean, and English voice for Hu Tao also sound quite good, as expected of MiHoYo to hire the best of the best to voice my queen. I generally prefer Hu Tao's Japanese dub. It's a magnificent work of art. Thank you, Ri Takahashi, for the amazing work you've done for Hu Tao. You really put life into Hu Tao's voiceovers. Hu Tao's voiceover really brings out and solidifies Hu Tao's personality. Her croak singing when she sings the Hilly Turtle song is just so cute. It shines a light down on the very spirited part of aspect of her personality, even though her singing voice may not sound the best. Makes Hu Tao sound much more attractive and unique. Hu Tao, you really need to work on your singing techniques. I'm joking, but either way, I still love you though. My favorite Hu Tao is her low HP line. When Hu Tao on my team, her HP is always in the low portion of the HP bar, the red portion. This is a line I constantly hear when Hu Tao activates her E skill, low HP, when she lets out a sharp E sound. The sound she makes during the period that breathes life into me, energizing my entire being after long hours of playing Genshin Impact. Some people would be wondering, how am I able to squeezing long hours of Genshin Impact into my gaming sessions? It's simple. I spent 5 minutes on daily commissions, 10 minutes on artifact domains, and finally I spent the 3 remaining hours talking to Hu Tao, telling her about my day, listening to how her own day went, listening to her voice lines. Hu Tao never fails to bring a smile to my face. Hu Tao... Hold on. I need to take a breather. I'm... Okay. Alright. You guys good? You guys do? You guys as mentally sane as me right now? You guys making? Good chicken. You guys need to buy canes. Hags, give me a map to Epstein. Zevel. Hu Tao's hands, her soft, delicate, warm extremities that when I grasp, they make me feel so handsome, so desired, so safe that they are perfect. Hu Tao's palms extends till it meets her delicate fingertips, her black painted nails signifying authority and assertiveness. Zevel. Zevel. I don't know. Oh my gosh. Her black painted nails signifying authority and assertiveness. Though Hu Tao wouldn't like me telling people this every time she's done eating before she washes her hands. Okay, maybe this thread will ruin my appetite. Maybe. Just maybe. After she's done eating, before she washes her hands, Hu Tao allows me to suck on her fingertips till I'm satisfied. Oh Lord, the fingertip sucking session never fails to arouse me. The feel of Hu Tao's delicate fingers inside my mouth as I gently move my tongue in circular directions, spreading my saliva over every single crevices that lay on her finger. The taste of her black nail polish as my teeth accidentally scrape bits of her fingernails. When I look up at Hu Tao during our fingertip sucking session, she always seems to be in a trance. Her face would be flush red while she stared at me, drawing heavy breaths, releasing sharp moans while she wears a skirt during these sessions. I can clearly see how turned on Hu Tao gets. Fluid starts sucking her pink panties, sliding down the sides of her thighs as I aggressively increase the suction of her fingertips till she orgasms. You are on the 3rd row of the Osu category. Why? Alright. The face she makes when she orgasms gives me a feeling of achievement. Making Hu Tao orgasm just by sucking on her fingertips makes me feel really proud. Even though Hu Tao may not be the thickest of all wives when it comes to chest size specifically, her soft, plump, succulent thighs brings out the seductive aspect of her. Hu Tao's boobs are petite, bouncy to the touch, and really firm. The type to fit in your hand without leaving any spillage. When Hu Tao gets aroused, her nipples get really hard. Hard. I love sucking on them. I can't wait till Hu Tao starts lactating. I'd be able to ditch store-bought milk and get my milk. Daily calcium intake and nutrients from Hu Tao's nipples instead. Hu Tao also gives me the most perfect boob jobs. From what I've experienced throughout my life, there's not a single lady on this planet that can give a better boob job. Even the Electro God herself, Raiden Shogun boob job pales in comparison to Hu Tao's. Hu Tao's perfect. Dude, she is literally a cutting board. Alright. Hu Tao's boob job perfectiveness stems from her unique top-tier boob rounding techniques and the firmness of her petite boobs as it sandwiches my heart and... I can't say cock with a straight face, man. Giving it no room to breathe as my steaming gush. Painting Hu Tao's face in a beautiful white color as it drips onto her chest. Hu Tao doesn't let it go to waste. If it drips on the floor, Hu Tao uses her tongue to pick it up. Sigh, Genshin Impact has given me so many unique fetishes. From Kokomi's belly button, Ganyu horns, Yelen's armpits, Ayaka's wet socks, Yei Miko, bathwater, fox form, Sara's under boobs, all the way to Lumine's unwashed clothes and underwear she travels through Teva with. There's one fetish in particular that stands above the rest. I have a severe Hu Tao fetish. I have not playtested insane techniques yet. Every single bit of Hu Tao's body I crave. Her feet, hands, mouth, tongue, saliva, piss, boobs, ass, her... armpits, belly button, neck, vagina, every part of her I crave. Hu Tao's dash is the most unique dash in Genshin Impact. It really shows the amount of effort that MiHoYo placed into craving such a divine being that goes by the name Hu Tao. She's one of a kind. When Hu Tao dashes, she disappears for a brief moment. It is 12. We started the stream at 11. It is 12. We are just getting to tweet 50. Mecca, please. 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 When Hu Tao dashes, she disappears for a brief moment, leaving a trail of reddish yellow butterflies. Her dash is simply a redefined work of art. As I said earlier, words alone cannot express my love for Hu Tao, but I'll have to try my utmost best to convey it through her. Words for readers. While Hu Tao herself would experience the love... Why XQC? Why? You should take from like 15 minutes to skip the next 10 tweets. See how many people buy out of kindness. True. I'll do it for 5 minutes. I'll do it 5 minutes. I'll skip 5 tweets. 5. I'll do 5 tweets. 5 tweets. Skip. For 5 minutes. 5 minutes. No one's gonna buy it. I know no one's gonna buy it, but like... You really want to read this thread? Dude. I actually, like... I wanna play Osu, because my tapping technique, but I'm keeping my end up of this bet. The way she makes... The face she makes while she orgasms just gives me a feeling of achievement. Making Hu Tao orgasm just by sucking on her fingertips makes me feel really proud. Even though Hu Tao may not be the thickest of all wipes when it comes to chest size specifically, her soft, plump, succulent thighs brings out the seductive aspect of her. Hu Tao's boobs are petite, bouncy to the touch, and really firm. The tuck to fit in your hands without leaving any spillage. When Hu Tao gets aroused, her nipples get hard. Like, I mean, really hard. I love sucking on them. I can't wait till Hu Tao starts lactating. I'd be able to ditch store-bought milk and get my milk, daily calcium intake, and nutrients from Hu Tao's nipples instead. Hu Tao's also gives me the perfect boob jobs. From what I've experienced throughout my life, there's not a single lady on this planet that can give a better boob job. Don't you just stream the first half and then finish the second half next year? That'd be tomorrow, Plasma. I'd stream it tomorrow. Even in the Electro God herself, Raiden Shogun boob job pales in comparison to Hu Tao's. Hu Tao's boob job perfectiveness stems from her unique top-tier boob rubbing techniques and the firmness of her petite boobs as it sandwiches my hardened cock, giving it no room to breathe as my semen gushes out, painting Hu Tao's face in a beautiful white color. Hax, if I see this, can I make you go back to the tweet? No. In fact, I'm skipping a tweet. If you have, I'm kidding. Hu Tao doesn't let it go to waste. If it drips on the floor, Hu Tao uses her tongue to pick it up. Sorry, Genshin Impact has given me so many unique fetishes. From Kokomi's belly button, Ganyu horns, Yelen's armpits, Ayako's wet socks, Yaemiko's bathwater and fox fur, Sarah's underboobs, all the way to Lumine's unwashed clothes and underwear she travels through Teva with. There's one fetish in particular that stands above the rest. I have a severe Hu Tao fetish. Every single bit of Hu Tao's body I crave. Her feet, boobs. No, that's not the wrong one. Hands, mouth, tongue, saliva, piss, boobs, ass, her poo, her boobs, neck, vagina, every part of her I crave. Hu Tao's dash is the most unique dash in Genshin Impact. It really shows the amount of my effort that MiHoYo plays into creating such a divine being that goes by the name Hu Tao. She's one of a kind. When Hu Tao dashes, she disappears for a brief moment, leaving behind a trail of reddish yellow butterflies. Her dash is simply a refined work of art. As I said earlier, words alone cannot express my love for Hu Tao, but I'll have to try my utmost best to convey it through words for readers. While Hu Tao would experience the love I have for her through back-baking, physical, stamina-draining sex. Hu Tao is my passion. She's the string that keeps my life together. Take away Hu Tao, and my life simply falls apart without any meaning. Before I met Hu Tao, I was lost in life. I had no meaning I had no idea what I wanted to do. What I wanted to become. I had nothing that made me feel happiness. Oh wait, it's skip. It's skip. I forgot to change it. It's skip. It's skip the next 5 tweets. L. Okay. Okay, I'm switching it back. Rare. Finally, I won something. Thank you, Max. A bond that cannot be broken by God. I love Hu Tao to bits, the point I've started worshipping her, the religion I've created for myself, which is open to others that wish to follow the gospel and teaching of Hu Tao's is called Hu Taoism. I've even created a set of 10 commandments for the religion of Hu Taoism in which I religiously followed the commandments are listed below. Actually, you know what? I'll make it a choice. You guys, if you sub, you can choose. You probably won't. There we go. You just have to say in chat. In which the 10 commandments are. You guys ready for the 10 commandments? Pray to Hu Tao 3 times a day. Do not worship any other god or goddess other than Hu Tao. No looking at other waifus or husbandos lewds other than Hu Tao's. Always mouth feed Hu Tao every meal when possible. Never say Hu Tao's name in vain. Thou shalt not cheat on Tao. Thou shalt not love another waifu apart from Hu Tao. Remember to worship Tao plus. Spread her gospel every Sunday. Thou shalt not come while in Hu Tao's presence. Thou shalt respect Hu Tao and treat her as the superior being she is. Just to clarify, some people may not notice, Hu Tao wears a really thick, long coat, a coat in which slightly hides the true size of Hu Tao's frontal and back bust. How do I know this? I've seen Hu Tao naked on multiple occasions as we lived together. Once you see Hu Tao's glory in her full nakedness, you drool out blood. When I stare into the depths of Hu Tao's eyes, her lush, dark red eyes, the shape of flowers, her eyes have the potential to make your soul lust over her. You are getting tougher when it comes to disgusting shit in this story. I have to desensitize myself. You did not stutter on the ninth commandment. I know, man. I have to keep going. I know it gets worse. I just know it gets worse. I just know. When I look into her eyes and stare at the upbeat aura she radiates, it brings a massive smile to my face. Without Hu Tao, I may not even be in this world to type this. I would have given and passed about a year ago, but Hu Tao saved me. She gave me a reason to live on, this reason being herself. Over and over again, I wonder, how would Genshin Impact be without Hu Tao? The thought of that alone were enough to send chills down my spine. Hu Tao is one of the only characters that give me the motivation to continue playing Genshin Impact, even when content gets dry. Hu Tao herself becomes the content. Oh wait, I paused the OST. Whoops. There we go. That's much better. Hu Tao has all the traits that, when put together, can be summarized with one word: perfection. Thank you, Oop, for the I don't know how to pronounce that, for the follow. Perfection. She's the most refined and complex character to understand. This is some great Osu gameplay. Yeah, I know, man. It's me, Cat. Hi, Cat. My love for Hu Tao knows no bounds. Before Hu Tao's first banner ended, I C6'd her with her R1 weapon. This is Lauren's second Hu Tao thread. I planned to go for R5, but the new weapon fate point system was not yet implemented, and I did not want to get tectoned while wishing for Staff of Homo. I did eventually R5 her weapon on a rerun banner that followed. C6 R5 Hu Tao cost me around 2,600 pounds, one of the best bargains I've made throughout my entire life. Nothing is out of reach when it involves Hu Tao. Hu Tao was so happy when I told her I maxed out her character that she gave me a heavily blowjob as I played Genshin Impact on my phone. I thought it was going to get messy, but when I... Hu Tao's tongue guided the... No. She... Oh my god! The context, man. There's the context. You guys remember when this hit 100 viewers? Don't do it again. Please, I swear to the love of... I swear to Hu Tao, do not... I was gonna say, I swear to for the love of God, but like, you know, it's Hu Tao. I can try to use do not... Last stream, Cat, last time I did this, it hit 100. It was Soundspace server. Avi won't ping for this again. Another design aspect of Hu Tao I really love is her hat. Hu Tao wears a Harmony hexagram hat, which he inherited from her grandfather. The hat appears to be oversized for Hu Tao's head, but that was no problem for Hu Tao. Also, she spent an entire day modifying the hat dimensions with her own hands so that I could fit her head perfectly. Change categories to Genshin Impact? I agree. It's not Genshin. We're playing Genshin, guys. No matter the weather, whether it's raining, snowing, stormy, or if Hu Tao covered in part 2 electric boogaloo. No, can't hear. I gotta go through this. Whether it's raining, snowy, stormy, or if Hu Tao returns late covered in mud, or muck, she always ensures that her hat remains spotless clean. Hu Tao really cherishes this hat. If anyone were to steal it from Hu Tao, they shall face my wrath. On the front, Hu Tao's hats rests the insignia of the Wengshan funeral parlor. The golden color of the insignia really complements the color of Hu Tao's hat and outfit. Off My Queen has an exquisite sense of fashion in which no one in Teva can compete with. Well, apart from Zhongli. Zhongli's suit is just too sexy. On the side of Hu Tao's hat rests a red plump blossom. I really love the way the color of the plump blossom complements the red color of Hu Tao's pretty red eyes with their white flower-shaped pupils. The plump blossom on the side of Hu Tao's hat was picked from a plume tree that Hu Tao herself planted and grew. The creation process is as follows. Pluck and air dry, then paint, lacquer, and outline carefully before sun drying for 3 days, which results in a beautiful accessory, soft to the touch and bearable in a delicate fragrance. Hu Tao adores this hat and keeps it as a memento of her grandfather, the 75th funeral director, so please, don't steal her hat. Got him! Woo! Also, yeah, I'll probably raid BTMC. Hu Tao wears a tailored long coat, which is part of her funeral parlor attire. The coat that runs all the way down past her brown shorts. Her brown shorts, oh my god! Hu Tao's brown shorts wrap tightly around the firm shape of Hu Tao's butt cheeks and stop shortly right below her butt line, exposing her succulent thighs to the entirety of Teva's eyes. Those thighs, however, are reserved for me only. My tongue serves as an organic polisher for Hu Tao's thighs by running my tongue up and down her thighs. I managed to clean off all impurities that had accumulated on them from her work shift. Oh, Hu Tao shorts is made with a really thin material. You'd be wondering, if Hu Tao shorts are made of such a thin fabric, why is the outline of her panties invisible? This is because Hu Tao wears no panties. She usually goes commando when off to work. Panties are a hindrance to the breathability of Hu Tao's petite ass and beautiful vagina that lies underneath. When Hu Tao comes home sweaty due to her long hours in the sun, I lick the sweat off every inch of her body. Her armpits, her nads, her ass, including the butt crack, yes, and her vagina, of course. Should I do it again? No. Thank you, Rantoa, for the follow. Welcome. What the fuck? Yeah, I know, right, man? I think that was supposed to be kept to myself, but it can't be helped when I talk about my goddess Hu Tao. Back to the discussion of her coat. Before I got sidetracked, admiring the beauty of her shorts and behind. Hu Tao wears a long coat that tailors perfectly to fit her petite body frames and arms. On the back of Hu Tao's coats, there are designs of silhouettes of equinox flowers painted with butterflies. The lining of Hu Tao's coat is gold, which complements her Wengshan funeral parlor insignia she wears on her head, and is a great contrast to her red eyes, red pyrovision, and the plum blossom that rests on the side of her hat. Hu Tao's coat is nothing short of magnificent. Why am I still here? You're here to suffer. Hi, I'm Mus. It's easy to tell that a tremendous amount of effort was placed into designing the best outfit for the best character in the game. Okay. Thank you, Creamy Pancakes, for the follow. This message is specifically directed towards the tailor. Why are you doing this to yourself? I lost a bet. If you see the context, I didn't get quite the score I wanted in match. The This message is specifically directed towards the tailor of Hu Tao's outfit, Mihoyo. Hu Tao's clothes are really thick, her coat specifically, and as we all know, the summer season is soon coming. Working in the kind of attire she currently wears can be suffocating, so please, on behalf of my wife, Hu Tao, make Hu Tao a bikini skin, an outfit that would allow her to flaunt her beautiful skin, perfectly shaped body to Tefat. A bikini skin that would make onlookers drool their soul out. I want a skin to make Hu Tao look sexy, a skin that, when I walk with Hu Tao and Tefat, onlookers would do nothing but stare in jealousy as I take Hu Tao to work, with my arms wrapped around her waist while Hu Tao flaunts her summer bikini body as she walks down the streets of Layu, signifying that you can stare all you want, but her body is reserved for Lawrence only. Oh my god. Beneath Hu Tao's shorts lays a beauty spot on her left butt cheek. How do I know this? It's because I slept with Hu Tao multiple times. This beauty spot is such a turn on for me, ridding Hu Tao from the back, tugging on her brown hair gently. What? I usually aim for this beauty spot on Hu Tao's left cheek when I'm to Hu's. I should have just played better in the match. Maybe I should have just played better in the match. Despite having index issues, I think I should have just played more maps. I should have put myself in. I should not have, maybe this could have all been preventable if I just didn't make the bet. I could just, oh my god. I saw the word condom. I think I shall take my leave. Thank you, Mus, for tuning in, I guess. Maybe you should quit OSU and become a full-time graphic designer. I agree. So Hu Tao beauty spot is covered in a sheet of white. Next area is going to be inside Hu Tao. Blush. Hu Tao and I dislike the use of condoms, so I usually end up having raw sex with Hu Tao, which is miles better than protective condom sex. Instead, Hu Tao settles for a mechanical contraception in her arm to prevent unwanted pregnancies till we're ready to start a family. Before that, we need to have period blood. No, I'm done. No, I can't. I actually can't. I can't do this, man. I can't. We're a third of the way through, and I can't do this. I can't do this anymore. I'm losing it. Why? I stood up. To ensure that every bodily fluids that Hu Tao and I possess were exchanged between another. Yes, that includes pee, sweat, poo, and saliva. Now back on topic. Hu Tao's body shape is something that shouldn't be undermined. Hu Tao has the most perfect, ideal body shape that any woman would desire. Not too busty, not too slim. Her body shape is just the embodiment of perfection. Hu Tao's thin waist extends uniformly down her curvy hips, the way her hips meld into her beautiful behind and extend shapely all the way down her thighs. Hu Tao's body shape is that of an hourglass. Though it may not seem obvious at first due to Hu Tao's long thick coat, once you see Hu Tao naked, that hourglass shape will pull you in like a magnet wanting to breathe. But you'll have to restrain because she's mine. And hell, what are you even doing seeing my wife naked? Why would you want why would you want to see my wife naked? Okay. Hu Tao's body is for my eyes only, though there is another way you can admire her beautiful body shape. That is when she wears her stunning bikini. Bikini skin. Tao, Mihoyo, please. Hu Tao in a bikini. Oh, such thoughts fill my body with an overwhelming amount of ecstasy. This summer is gonna be amazing. The perfect time to get bikini tan lines. OMG, Hu Tao with tan lines. I'm melting as I type this. To really understand the wonders of Hu Tao's body, it takes a really complex person versed in the art of character derivation, observation, deduction, and worship to be able to praise how well a refined character like Hu Tao is. There's not a being on this earth, a goddess in the heaven, a mythical being, or an imaginative figure that can compete with the cuteness and prettiness Hu Tao has to offer. She's one of a kind. Perfection is not a word used to describe Hu Tao. Hu Tao is used to define perfection. We're a third. Third. Hu Tao has two sides to her voice, a soft, enhancing side, and one that's full of enthusiasm. I would once again like to extend my thanks to Ri Takahashi for perfecting such a voice for Hu Tao. Hu Tao and I usually have conversations for hours upon hours, conversations about our day, our hopes, dreams, future, how work went, the new poems that Hu Tao currently works on, and a vast amount of other topics. I know you saw my ping. Did you... I redeemed my -10. I know you saw my ping. But, wait, did you sub earlier? Wait. It was, well, I mean, but that deleted message, it's, I'm gonna say no. Because we're cheating here a little bit. You suck, so do it. That was before stream. That was before stream. Do it now. Go back to 67. Alright. A mechanical contraception in our arm to prevent unwanted pregnancies, so we're ready to start a family. Before that, we need to have... Nope, we're going back. Nope. We have such great synergy with each other that our conversations seem to flow as fluidly as well-distilled water picked from the finest of lakes. Time seems to fly by really fast. I'll usually find myself losing track of time when engaging in deep conversations with Hu Tao. Staring in her eyes can make me lose my perception of time and being. Hu Tao has been a really good supportive wife towards me. Every time I fell sick or was in the worst of moods, Hu Tao was always there for me. She made me feel special, made me feel comfort. Hu Tao was always there to bring up my mood and comfort me. Sometimes she sings me a lullaby till I fall asleep, when I usually do. Other times she reads me one of her poems, one of the poems she currently works on or has completed. When I'm in the mood for just silence, Hu Tao would embrace me in her arms and let my head lay on her laps as she gently runs her delicate fingers through every strand of hair on my head. Her warm touch of her fingers against my scalp and the soft cushions of her... Plasma, do you know that's Acer, by the way? That's the VR guy. That's Acer. That's the VR guy. That just gave you the sub. Man. Ha 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 ha. If you can't tell, I'm eating because if I Tony, please tell me that's a skip. Please tell me that's 5. 5 skip, please. Please? Please. We're going back. Ah! It's easy to tell that a tremendous amount of effort was placed into designing the best outfit for the best character in the game. Thank you, MiHoYo, for tailoring these amazing clothes for my wife, Hu Tao. Thank you. This message is specifically directed towards the tailor of Hu Tao's outfit, MiHoYo. Hu Tao's clothes are really thick, her coat specifically, and as we all know, the summer season is soon coming. Working in the kind of attire she currently wears can be suffocating. So please, on behalf of my wife Hu Tao, make Hu Tao a bikini skin, an outfit that would allow her to flaunt her beautiful, perfectly shaped body to Teva. A bikini skin that would make onlookers drool their soul out. I want a skin to make Hu Tao look sexy. A skin that, when I walk with Hu Tao and Teva, onlookers would do nothing but stare in jealousy as I take Hu Tao to work, with my arm wrapped around her waist while Hu Tao flaunts her summer bikini body as she walks down the streets of Layu, signifying that you can stare all you want, but her body is reserved for Lauren only. Beneath Hu Tao's shorts lays a beauty spot on her left butt cheek. How do I know this? It's because I slept with Hu Tao multiple times. Problem, Chief, problem, yeah, problem. This beauty spot is such a turn on for me, ridding Hu Tao from the back, tugging on her brown hair gently. I usually try for the aim for this beauty spot in Hu Tao's left butt cheek. When I'm about to, I hold my in hand and take aim till Hu Tao's beauty spot is covered in a sheet of white. What? Wait, what? Wow. Wow, I actually can't believe I fell for that. I cannot believe I actually clicked on that. I cannot believe.
Trolled, you've been trolled, yes, you've probably been told. Don't reply to this guy, he's just trying to get a rise.
Out of you! Yes, it's true!
Respond, and that's his cue to start trouble on the double while he strokes his manly stubble. You've been trolled, you should
probably just fold!
The only winning fool
is not to play.
And yet
you keep on trying, mindlessly replying. You've been trolled. Have a nice day! Okay. Hu Tao and I dislike the use of condoms, so I'm usually ending up having real sex with... Okay, guys. I'm gonna... Which is miles better than protected condom sex. Instead, Hu Tao settles for a mechanical contraception in her arm to prevent unwanted pregnancies till we're ready to start a family. Before that, we needed to have... I'm not saying that. I'm just not saying that. To ensure that... Hold on, I'm getting a call.
Okay, I'll just go get it.
Yeah. Okay, yeah, the mailbox, yeah,
All
later,
right.
yeah. Bluey, I am on a call. All right. To ensure that every bodily fluid that Hu Tao and I possessed were exchanged between another. Yes, that includes pee, sweat, poo, and Silva. Silva Gunner, guys! Alright. Now back on topic. Hu Tao's body shape is something that shouldn't be undermined. Hu Tao is the most perfect, ideal body shape any woman would desire. Not too busty, not too slim. Her body shape is just the embodiment of perfection. Yes, just say public broadcasting system. I agree. Her Tao's thin waist extends uniformly down towards her curvy hips, the way her hips melds into her beautiful behind and extends shapely all the way down her thighs. Hu Tao's body shape is that of an hourglass. Though it may not seem obvious at first due to Hu Tao's long, thick coat, once you see Hu Tao naked, that hourglass shape would like to pull you in like a magnet, wanting to breathe. But you'll have to restrain yourself because she's mine. And hell, what are you even doing seeing my wife naked? Why would you want to see my wife naked? Hu Tao's body is for my eyes only. Though there is another way you can admire her beautiful body shape. That is when she wears her stunning bikini. Bikini skin Tao Mihoyo, please. Hu Tao in a bikini. Oh, such thoughts fill my body with an overwhelming amount of ecstasy. This summer is gonna be amazing. The perfect time to get bikini tan lines. Oh my god, Hu Tao with the tan lines! I'm melting as I type this. To understand the wonders of Hu Tao's body, it takes a really complex person versed in the art of character derivation, observation, deduction, and worship to be able to praise how well refined a character like Hu Tao is. There's not a being on this earth, a goddess in the heavens, a mythical being, or a imaginative figure that can compete with the cuteness and prettiness Hu Tao has to offer. She's one of a kind. Perfection is not a word used to describe Hu Tao. Hu Tao is used to define perfection. Hu Tao has two sides to her voice, a soft enhancing side, and one that's full of enthusiasm. I would once again like to extend my thanks to Ri Takahashi for perfecting such a voice for Hu Tao. Hu Tao and I usually have conversations for hours upon hours, conversations about our day, our hopes, dreams, future, how work went, the new poems that Hu Tao currently work on, and a vast amount of other topics. The conversations I have with Hu Tao never bores me out. We have such great synergy with each other that our conversations seem to flow as fluids, as well distilled water, picked from the finest of lakes. Time seems to fly by really fast. I usually find myself losing track of time when engaging in deep conversations with Hu Tao. Staring in her eyes can make me lose my perception of time and being. Hu Tao has been a really good supportive wife towards me. Every time I felt stuck or was in the worst of moods, Hu Tao always was there for me. She made me feel special, made me feel comforted. Hu Tao was always there. Guys, please don't sub. Unless you're going to skip tweets, please do not sub. Okay. Bring my mood and comfort me. Sometimes she sings me a lullaby till I fall asleep, which I usually do. Other times she reads me one of the poems she's currently working on or has completed. When I'm in the mood for just silence, Hu Tao would embrace me into her arms and let my head lay on her laps, as she gently runs her delicate fingers throughout every strand of hair on my head. Her warm touch of her fingers against my scalp and the soft cushions of her succulent thighs never fails to case my mind. When Hu Tao is also feeling a bit down, I try my best to make sure I'm always there for her. I cuddle Hu Tao, make her meals, and nurse her till she's back to her typical upbeat mood. Hu Tao cares for me as much as I care for her. Tears slowly fall down from my face onto the screen as the PC as I type this paragraph. Tears of happiness and gratefulness for meeting such a person that goes by the name Hu Tao. She was the missing piece to my puzzle of life, the fullness to my void. Even though Hu Tao's voice is not as perfect as she is, she makes up for what she lacks in vocals with her superior skill in poetry. Hu Tao's poems are very unique, poems that would never fail to keep you delving deeper into it, seeking for more as you read, searching for hidden meanings and interpretations. Currently, Hu Tao is the best poet in Layu. I think that saying that she's the best poet in Layu is an understatement in itself. Hu Tao is the best poet in the entirety of Tevat. In the it's the Electro Archons, and Inazu Inazuma lost that Hu Tao wasn't given a special invitation to perform her poetry at the Iridori Festival. Oh, and Jinkyo, if you're reading this, we both know that when it comes to writing poetry, Hu Tao's poems are significantly better than yours. I honestly do not need to brag, but I just want to rub it in your face for a little. Before you slander me, Jinkyo, for not having a vision, well, that has changed. I've been blessed by the Geo Archon himself and received a Geo vision. Hu Tao on the surface is very confident and energetic, but as you get to know her, you'll realize she's a lot conscious of herself when then she lets on. When you get to really know Hu Tao, she starts to open up and express her feelings to you more frequently. She does to me anyway. The bond that Hu Tao and I share is a bond that rivals the gravitational pull of the earth. Underneath the guise, Hu Tao wants to be loved, which is something that I always fulfill. Dude. Woo! Yeah. Hu Tao. I love Hu Tao, man. I'm such a fan of Hu Tao. Oh my gosh. Yes. Hu Tao. Yes. Yes. I love Hu Tao. Oh my god. Motivation. I had to rewrite this superfection stemmed from my inseparable bond with Hu Tao. I couldn't let the severe flaws 100 tweak thread to simply be. I had to make amends. Each day I spend with Hu Tao. I'll keep going until my mental state is just it's I need to bang my head with my water bottle real quick. Hold on. Oh shoot! Oh, water spilling everywhere. Shoot! All right, hold on. I need to grab a paper towel. Wait. I'm dizzy. I have a headache. Everything hurts. My face is numb from shock. Yeah, this is the documentary of how, yeah, I am going mad. I'm losing it. Also, thank you, Gooby, thank you, Uber, for the follow. I didn't say earlier, but thank you. I know Tony has the most gifted subs right now, probably. I know that Nico can also just throw in subs whenever he wants. I'm gonna start singing random stuff. I know I've been singing random stuff already, but every passing day I spend with Hu Tao, she slowly opens up bit by bit. Hu Tao tells me that she feels a trusting sense of security when she's around me, which just shows things are definitely heading in the right direction for both of us. I really do enjoy the company of Hu Tao when she's with me. I feel like I can walk to the moon and back effortlessly, across galaxies or even dimensions if that is what it takes to be with Hu Tao for life. Even when I pass on, my next reincarnation would seek out Hu Tao and the cycle continues. Hu Tao's the type of person you can cuddle with throughout the entire night, while letting go of all your insecurities and negative thoughts. As you speak all the worries that weigh down on your shoulders to Hu Tao, she would listen throughout while gently stroking your face, giving you a sense of reassurance. At this point, I honestly cannot imagine my life without Hu Tao. She makes up a significant portion of my entire being. Losing her would be akin to losing myself. At a point of time in life, I felt myself lost, just going with the flow without any sense of direction. I was lying on the waves, allowing the directionless tides of the ocean sweep my life into whatever direction it saw fit. I was lost on the waves. That was until Hu Tao came into my life. She reached down towards the waves, her arm outstretched towards mine. I was reluctant at first and didn't reach out. Hu Tao at that moment parted her lips and said, "With life so fleeting and death so inevitable, why waste a single second not living it to the fullest?" In which I replied with, "I've nothing to live for." When I said those few words, Hu Tao sighed. She then pulled out her staff of Homa and used her elemental burst to knock some sense into me. It was a weird experience when Hu Tao hit me with her elemental burst. I felt my soul shift out of my body for a brief second. After I regained my focus, Hu Tao outstretched her hands towards me again and said, "Then live for me, silly." My heart started to beat faster. With life, as I heard those words coming from Hu Tao's mouth, I reached out towards Hu Tao and grabbed her hand, smiling. She pulled me out of the waves of hopelessness and the tides of depression. And here I am now. Hu Tao made me become the being that I am today. She gave me purpose, so don't disrespect her, and kindly keep my wife's name out your mouth. Arigato. I can go on and on endlessly writing about my now wife Hu Tao, but that process would eat out a lot of my precious time with Hu Tao herself, and I also do not wish to bore you. Oh, I have to go. I'll be right back. Hu Tao has just arrived at work and it's really late. She's probably really tired, so I'm gonna head off to make her dinner, which I will mouth feed to her, of course. Then, which I'll proceed to give her a nice, relaxing body oil massage before I kiss her goodnight. I mouth fed Hu Tao the meal of jello fries with fried chicken. She really enjoyed it. Hu Tao's mouth tasted like cherry lollipops and her saliva was very thin and delicious. I love when I mouth feed Hu Tao food. The feeling of her moist tongue extending into my mouth to receive the food I've chewed for her is a really pleasurable experience. Hu Tao slept shortly after the body massage I gave her. She looks like an angel when she sleeps. Hu Tao is beside me right now, cuddle up and cozy. Please don't make too much noise or you might wake her. What is Hu Tao doing? What is Hu Tao to me? I'll keep repeating it. Hu Tao is my daily drug. The blood to my heart, the soul to my body, the reason I wake up every day with purpose. Hu Tao is the sole reason I have the drive to continue on living in this harsh, cruel world. I love you, Hu Tao. By the way, Hax, you probably have another sub emo slaughter. Oh yeah, you're so right. You're actually right, Neko. I was too captivated in admiring Hu Tao she slept that I almost forgot to mention the admirable beauty of her hair. Hu Tao's hair is another stunning aspect of her design. What I love about Hu Tao's hair is the sheer length of it. Hu Tao has been growing out her hair for quite a while now. Even though Hu Tao decides her hair into two parts, Hu Tao's hair still reaches all the way down past her knees, down her thighs. Hu Tao's hair feels and looks really healthy. It's a nice shade of Teyvat Sun. Yeah. Is it me or is he getting quieter and quieter? I'm losing my mind. The ends of Hu Tao's hair, which are dyed in a dark red color, adds a degree of aesthetical pleasure when admiring it. Hu Tao's hair glistens in the ray of Teyvat Sun. The rays highlight every inch of perfectness in Hu Tao's hair. It really is such a beautiful sight to behold. When I run with Hu Tao in Genshin Impact, I love the way her long brown hair flows. Staring at the sway of her hair is enough to put you in a mesmerizing trance, so be warned. Hu Tao's design is really unique in Genshin Impact. It's almost impossible not to recognize Hu Tao's hair from a mile away. Hu Tao's hair feels silky smooth to the touch. It has a degree of bounciness to it. Kudos to Hu Tao's hairdresser. You do such a wonderful job. While not all kudos should go towards the hairdresser alone, kudos should be given to Hu Tao for her ability to maintain and upkeep her hairstyle in such a healthy manner. The smell of Hu Tao's hair, the smell. Depending on what shampoo and hair products Hu Tao uses in her hair each day, her hair on Her hair takes on that particular pleasant smell. As of now, Hu Tao's hair smells of a hint of plum blossoms with a deep undertone of patchouli. Oh god, I do love the smell of patchouli. How do I know what Hu Tao's hair smells like? Well, Hu Tao's asleep right now, but that doesn't stop me from sniffing her hair as she sleeps. As I type this, I even have a piece of Hu Tao's hair in my mouth. I just love the texture. Of course I won't eat it. Please do not tell Hu Tao. Well, even if you do, I doubt she would care. Or mind. Wink. As expected of my queen, she takes very good care of her hair and personal hygiene. Sometimes there happens to be some unexpected occasions, for example, where we unknowingly ran out of milk last night. So that morning, when I had to go make coffee to pair with our breakfast for Hu Tao and I had to. No, he's got a true. No, he's got a true. No, he's got a true. Get this man a true. True! True! He's so true. He's got a true, guys. He's so true. Guys. So that morning when I had to go make coffee to pair with our breakfast for Hu Tao and I had to improvise. I thought thoroughly that moment. I knew what would be the best substitute. My cum. I had to take out the recording of the sex tape Hu Tao and and slipped it into the DVD player. Then headed back to the kitchen to finish brewing the coffee, which then I would take the 2 mugs of coffee and place it on the living room table. Let the secretion of the milk substitute begin. I thought happily to myself. After an intense session that took 10 minutes, I made sure to directly above the 2 mugs of coffee. I tried my utmost to ensure both jugs of coffee had the same amount of my seminal fluids. Hello, Geeg. Placing the coffee on a tray, I quickly prepared some toast with butter and headed up towards the bedroom. Hu Tao questioned why it took so long so I explained to her the entire situation of the milk and Lord seminal fluids with coffee. How nice, Hu Tao said. We then proceeded to consume the breakfast. I made sure to ask Hu Tao what she thought of the taste of the coffee afterwards. She really enjoyed it. Hu Tao told me that coffee laced with my cum tasted miles better than with milk. I was so proud. Hu Tao NSFW art is the only type of Genshin NSFW art I look at. Hu Tao has expressed to me before that she does not like when I look at NSFW artwork of other characters. She gets kind of jealous and insecure when I try not to make Hu Tao feel. I understand where Hu Tao is coming from, so I shall respect her wishes and only look at leads of her. No one, nothing else. I'm like a loyal dog to Hu Tao. Well, saying like a dog would be kind of degrading towards myself, since me and Hu Tao are both currently married, but you get the idea, yes? Since then, I dared not to look at any NSFW artwork that didn't contain Hu Tao. Even Hu Tao herself, master. Hi, Nicole. Okay. Right line. I'm making a list of who to blame I'm I'm just yes. Great, amazing. Okay. Tony has 4 subs. Acer has 2 subs. Mecca has 3. Neko has 2. And Nico has 4. Okay. Okay. To our own fan art and NSFW art of herself. It's so romantic. I would like to extend in my thanks towards the artists in the Genshin Impact community that draw NSFW safe for work art of my wife, Hu Tao. It seems that Lewd to my wife is apparently really popular in the Genshin Impact community, while y'all can only... I myself can only have actual physical have sex with my wife Hu Tao. There was one time I slipped though. I was really horny, not thinking straight, so I opened Pixiv on my PC in the bedroom. I did not check whether the art itself contained Hu Tao. I just clicked the Ganyu tag. I was craving Ganyu horns and wanted to do a tribute to them, and secretly sent it to Ganyu behind Hu Tao's back. I clicked on one particular Ganyu lewd artwork, and oh god, I was already... No, I'm done. No, I can't. No, I'm so done. I'm losing it. My life, my well-being, who I am, my consciousness, my sanity, everything. I am. No, I have to keep going. Then Hu Tao walked in. I had no time to react. She looked over towards my PC screen and saw the lewd of Ganyu on full display. Hu Tao's jaw dropped towards the floor. Lawrence! Hu Tao uttered my name as she stood shaking. Tears started to well up in her eyes. How could you, Lawrence? I remember this moment vividly. Out of anger, Hu Tao grabbed the closest object that was within her reach. And you guessed it! The object was her Homa staff. Hu Tao hurled it towards me at a horrifying speed. I just managed to shift my head out of the trajectory of the throw, and the staff of Homa went smashing through the computer screen, destroying it and the wall behind it to pieces. I was speechless and stared at Hu Tao. She was crying. I felt so bad. Lauren, your wife told you how she felt when you looked at... Dude. We're halfway. We are halfway. We're halfway. We're halfway. Oh my god. Dude, we're halfway. We're halfway there. Yes. Yes. I love reading Hu Tao thread. Yes. It's been 2 hours. I'm losing my mind. No, guys, what if I'm losing my mind. I think you might have to postpone the second. I'll do the second half tomorrow. Yeah, we have less than 20 viewers. We're doing it tomorrow, guys. Thank you for watching my descent to madness. God. Guys, I love Hu Tao. Hu Tao, my beloved. Woo! I love Hu Tao. Yes. Hu Tao. Yes. Hu Tao. Yes. I love Hu Tao, guys. I love Hu Tao. Who are we rating? Who is there to raid? Is there anyone to raid? Hu Tao, guys. Hu Tao. Hu Tao. Hu Tao. Hu Tao. Yes. I cannot find a stream. What if I sub? I'm going to lose it all. I'm losing it. BTMC? We're rating BTMC. Thank you for the follow, TV XNF. I love Hu Tao, dude. I love Hu Tao. Hu Tao!